Did you know that right now in the United States, there are illegal immigrants cheating to pass their CDL test? Welcome back to another episode of Smooth Operator Trucking, where we create the dream 1 mile at a time. Today, I'm gonna give you 4 things that are ruining the trucking industry, and we're getting started right now. Right now, the state of trucking is in a very bad place. Freight rates are low, expenses are high. The main reason for this is oversaturation in the industry. There are just way too many trucks. So today, we're gonna go over 4 things that are ruining the trucking industry. Number 1, social media. Number 2, private fleets. Number 3, automatic transmissions. And number 4, illegal immigration with illegal CDLs. Okay, so let's start off with social media. Social media can be a great platform. It's a good way to share information. But during COVID or post-COVID, there were so many people getting into the industry, and a lot of people were going by what was being said to them on social media. A lot of guys on social media talking about how much money you can make and how fast you can make the money, and not really talking about the expenses. I believe just like the gold rush or anything else, naturally people gravitate towards what they consider easy and fast money without really knowing all of the detail. And so for that, I blame social media and a lot of YouTubers out there that pretty much just show the good side of trucking and didn't really show the bad side of trucking. Because remember, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. All right, number 2, private fleets. This is something that a lot of people aren't talking about, but private fleets are also one of the reasons, private fleets are also one of the things ruining the trucking industry. Now, when I say ruining it, I don't really mean ruining it, but it's more competition. Post-COVID, when guys were booking loads for $3, $4, and $5 a mile, a lot of private fleets said, no way, there's no way we can ever let this happen again. So what's been happening is private fleets like Walmart, Dollar General, etc. have been building their fleets to be able to handle more of their goods. And by them doing that, that leaves less freight on the spot market and for contracting. And it's a smart move. I cannot blame them for doing that. It's a very smart move, but the larger private fleets get, the less work there'll be for everyone else. Number 3, automatic transmissions. The trucking industry has become easier to get into. When you look at other blue-collar jobs like plumbing is harder to get into. Becoming an electrician is harder to get into, but trucking has gotten easier and easier to get into over the years. I mean, now I think you can get your CDL in 2 to 4 weeks. You can go to night classes, weekend classes, so many different options. And the government knows this. They want to continue to oversaturate the industry because they know as long as they continue to oversaturate the industry and claim that there's a driver shortage, that'll keep the shipping of goods, the cost of shipping goods low. In the long run, this may or may not help the overall economy of America. but it's absolutely killing the trucking industry right now. But automatic transmissions. 10 years ago, when there was more manual transmissions than automatics, majority of the people that are on the road right now that have automatic restrictions on their license would not be in the trucking industry if it wasn't for the automatic transmissions. Now hear what I'm saying. I in no way, shape, form, or fashion saying that just because you drive an automatic transmission or automatic truck that you're not a real truck driver, or that you're not a good truck driver. There are probably a lot of people out there who drive automatic transmissions that are better than guys who know how to drive a manual transmission. The point is, the automatic transmission has made it easier to get into the industry, and by that happening, that means more people came into the industry and are coming into the industry that would not have come into the industry if automatic transmissions were not an option. Therefore, continuing to oversaturate the industry. Number 4, and last but definitely not least, illegal immigration and these illegal immigrants obtaining their CDLs illegally. Now, hear me out. I have no problem with immigrants, not at all. I'm not that guy. But I do have a problem with illegal immigrants coming here and making it harder for people who already do live here. That is a fact. And one of the top jobs that illegal immigrants come to when they come into this country are or is trucking. And a lot of them actually obtain their CDL illegally, therefore continuing to oversaturate the industry. You see them out here all the time. I'll give you some examples of some encounters that I've had with some guys that I believe did not actually obtain their CDLs legally. I was at a truck stop one day and a guy came and knocked on my door with a broken accent and asked me would I back his truck up. And I told him, no, I won't back it up, but I will ground guide you. So I ground guided the guy to back his truck up, and we were out there for about 30 minutes just for literally a straight back. Like, I get it, when you first start trucking, you know, backing is probably one of the hardest things to do. It takes some time to learn that. But I could tell this guy had no concept whatsoever on how to back a trailer. So how did he get his CDL? I've got a friend that works at the DMV in Illinois. I'm not gonna mention any names, but said friend told me that they were told to start watching out for people with earpieces and small body cams on their shirts. Because what is happening is these guys are going in to take their CDL test, and there's someone that is in their ear walking them through the answers and what answers to answer. And a lot of times these people don't even speak English at all. So they'll go in there and then someone will be in their ear and the camera will be on their body, and they'll walk the person through the answers of the test. Now they're starting to crack down on it and catch more and more of these perps. But when they do, what is the consequence? One guy ran out, you know, forgot all of his items. I mean, I think they should be banned from ever getting their CDL, ever. Not only is it dangerous, but again, it oversaturates the industry and makes it harder for the people who are out here doing the right thing the legal way. So let's recap. We talked about 4 challenges that we face in the trucking industry that are keeping the industry oversaturated. Social media, private fleets, automatic transmissions, and illegal immigrants. Now, social media, I have seen more social media platforms talking about all the real things of trucking. Private fleets, Really nothing you can do about that. Again, I think that's a very smart move. I can't not knock private fleets like Walmart and Dollar General for growing their private fleets in order to save themselves money. That makes sense. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. Absolutely nothing I would want to do about that. Number 3, automatic transmissions. Again, really nothing you can do about that. It's a fact that automatic transmissions are helping oversaturate the industry, but they are not going anywhere. Probably in the next 10 years, it's probably going to be next to near impossible to find a manual transmission. It is what it is. But number 4, illegal immigrants. We can do something about this, whether it's voting and not just at the presidential or national level, but at the local levels also. You know, this is something that needs to be cracked down on, illegal immigrants, and especially illegal immigrants getting their CDLs illegally. So right now, YouTube tells me this is the part where I need to tell you guys, or what they call the call to action. So here's my call to action. What do you think? What do you think are some of the things that are ruining the trucking industry? I named 4, but there's a lot more than just those 4. And if you were in a position of power where you could do something about it, what would you do? Which things would you do something about first? Where do you see the future of trucking? Leave a comment down below. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, if you got something out of it, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and consider sharing the video. And as always, hard times don't last, hard truckers do. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And last, but definitely not least, stay smooth, my friends.